there's plastic in the coffee.
So I go to Dunkin' Donuts?
No, we went to, have you been to Sip
No.
on Gallatin?
No. Where is it? Like North Gallatin?
Yeah, like towards Inglewood, like going towards
cool.
Weird Sister's house.
Okay,
You
cool.
can die.
No. Well,
Did you get like a quad mocha or something?
Hmm?
Did you get like 4 shots in it?
No, it's just a regular latte, but I guess the thingy on the top broke.
Oh, that's definitely what happened, yeah.
Yeah.
We usually go to Ugly Mugs, though, right here.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
where I go. I
You're
just
so
just
close to
walk
Ugly
there.
Mugs.
We go there all the time.
Nice. Yeah, I usually go there like 4 or 5 days a week. So.
I love the baristas there too.
Oh yeah.
They're great.
Yeah, they know everyone's drink. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Which one was the
They
one
do.
we met?
Where?
We ran into somebody.
The East Side Bowl.
Yes.
Oh yeah, Josiah.
Oh yeah. Seems like a cool dude.
Yeah, he's
When
like,
were y'all
yeah.
at East Side Bowl?
we went to East Side Bowl for New Year's.
Oh,
We were
cool.
gonna go to the Weird Sister show in Clarksville, and then it ended up being a crazy night, and there were gunshots like in our yard, pretty much.
Really?
So we were like,
I heard a lot of gunshots that night too.
yeah.
I
Shit
was-
was.
What was a weird night? Oh my god.
Where
I
were
forgot,
y'all
like that all
hearing
happened the same
gunshots
day.
at?
We live on McAlpine, so it's in Inglewood.
Oh, okay.
Um, Yeah, it's like more towards Madison too, but I mean, there were like 6 cops lined up in front of our house.
In a fire truck.
In a fire truck, and a cop came over in our yard and was like shining the flashlight, and then Josh went out there and talked to him, and he was like, just looking for bullet holes.
Wow.
Did you guys see anything? And yeah,
Wow.
so we were like,
I was super sick on New Year's, and I stayed in all weekend.
Yeah.
Sucked.
I worked a wedding New Year's Eve. I was bartending this wedding downtown at the Cordell, and across like the highway, it's next to the highway, and the other side of the highway is the projects, and there's this like crosswalk that goes from the projects to like this side of town or whatever, and it passes the Cordell, so we had like armed guards,
Oh.
like 2
Wow,
of them.
you had to?
And, well, yeah, and then all of a sudden you just hear like guns going off insane amounts, like
oh god.
probably several hundred rounds that night, and we were like, I thought it was people driving down the highway shooting their guns in the air, but I talked to the security guard and he was like, no dude, it's the projects, they're having a turf war right now.
Oh,
And
God.
like, yeah, they're doing street justice, whatever, and I was like, are the cops gonna do anything? Because it was like extensive. It was
Yikes.
for 3 hours.
I just hope there's like no kids around there, really.
It's
Yeah.
more intense than Boy Scouts on a camping.
Yeah, and
Jesus
then like,
Christ.
yeah,
Just
because
kind of like
if
survival.
well, if the cops go over there and try to like stop it, everyone's just gonna be like, oh, I didn't see anything. You know,
Right, yeah. Probably too
everyone
late.
says that. Like
Yeah.
even if someone dies, they'll be like, I don't know who it was. Even if it's the other gang that did it,
Mhm.
they'll still be like, I don't know.
Yeah.
So like cops are just like, well,
Plus, there's so much going on New Year's. There's so many gunshots and things to attend to on
Right.
that. That's like
Right.
you can't
and
even
big
get all
events
of-
downtown that like could
Yeah.
be much bigger.
Mhm.
You know, problems could happen there.
Right.
Drunk drivers, all of it.
Yeah.
So it's crazy there were a lot of gunshots in North Nashville because there was a lot in South Nashville.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
No one's safe.
no one's safe.
I heard one right outside Tristan's door one time. We had like just smoked a fucking blunt, and I was sitting there and we hear, and it was like it sounded like it was like on the street outside.
Yeah, Tristan lives in
Wow.
Yeah,
the ghetto.
and I was like, oh shit, I don't know if I want to leave immediately or
Or if I
leave
can't
for
leave.
a couple days. Yeah, like,
Wow.
and he was like, you should probably stay here.
Yeah.
Even Tristan.
Yeah,
Don't go outside.
Tristan
Yeah.
comes over and has his gun just sitting on the coffee table.
Kale geeked out about that.
Huh?
Kale geeked out about that.
Yeah, I geek
He
out
was
about
like-
it. I'm like, why
Kale.
Tristan?
My buddy who was in town. Did you meet him?
What kind of
When
gun
you
is
were
it? Just
sick.
like pistol?
Oh.
It's a revolver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's just like, we're just hanging here smoking a blunt.
Yeah, we're
It's
trying to
like,
relax.
You don't need your gun right here.
That would make
Yeah.
me anxious.
And then
Yeah,
he
that
just
would-
like put
and-
his feet up on the coffee table though, and like right next to it. I'm like, what if you like?
Kicked it and it went off or something.
And I'm sitting beside you, like.
I feel you. It
Yeah.
was just funny. Like we
It's so.
left and he was like in the car with me and he goes, So whose gun was that?
Like, can we address the elephant in the room?
Yeah.
No one ever was like, "Hey, nice gun," or like that.
Right.
No,
I
well,
said
I'm used
something
to
about
it.
it.
The
I used to live
conversation
with,
going.
I used to live with Tristan, so like, I don't know, I didn't even notice. Like I saw,
Yeah.
like, Kill like had to tap me and was like, "What's that about?"
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I said something about it, but I don't know. Josh and Tristan both were just like, "Eh."
Just a gun.
They're like, "Why are you?" Yeah.
I mean, it's fine if you have it, but why does he have to?
Why is it on
they
my
can
bobby
spin
pin?
it.
Russian roulette.
Right.
You don't think I'll die if I eat plastic? Like a
Aubree.
little bit.
No.
Okay.
Well, I'm just kidding.
Stop doing
Well,
that.
you're already eating
Just
a lot of
kidding.
plastic already.
Yeah.
That is true.
It's in everything.
Yeah, and
Okay.
who knows, like how much like little plastic like chips off of the plastic cup, and then we swallow that. You know.
I mean, like there is a distinct
Or
flavor
didn't.
when like between bottled water and like tap water.
Or in a glass,
Yeah.
then or in metal.
It's a deep cut.
But we've been, it's fine. We've
Hot
been
take.
exposed our whole life. What does it mean now?
Yeah.
All this time we thought we were choking Nemo. Choking emo. What? Anyway, really we were choking ourselves.
Jokes on us.
Yeah, I've heard like the bigger the fish you eat, the more likely you are to eat more mercury because that's what the fish can get it.
Yeah.
But then also plastics because if the smaller fish chew on it, then it's swallowed by bigger fish and bigger fish. So apparently the smaller the fish, the less mercury and the less plastic. I learned that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, because then bigger fish will just keep eating bigger and bigger up the food chain.
Right.
So I guess you like really don't want to eat a whale.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
Um,
Definitely not.
Do people do that? Do people eat whale?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Someone
I think
somewhere.
they might,
They go
They-
whaling
Someone
for,
somewhere.
Like, ambergris.
or for like oil, like
Yeah.
they used to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like in makeup, a lot of makeup, like they'll use like the oil from the whale
Colognes
skin
and
or whatever.
perfumes too.
Wow. Anyways, start off on a great note.
Whaling, fun fact, whaling is illegal in Oklahoma.
Good.
Why? I have no idea. It's a landlocked state. But you can't do it there, so you'll get arrested.
They're like, if you somehow find a single way to do this,
Or
you
like an
can't.
aquarium.
You're done.
Yeah.
Put it in the aquarium and then fish or whale it, whatever.
You're done.
Like, how did you get here with a harpoon in the first place? I don't understand. Anyway, I'll let y'all get to it, my bad.
Okay, cool. Well, hey everyone, welcome to the Nashville Artist Podcast. I'm Jordan, and today Kierra Bronson and Aubree Riley of the band Violet Moons is here. Welcome.
Hello.
Thanks.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Welcome to, I guess this is Little Hollywood, so I'm going to tell you it's Little Hollywood.
Hell yeah, brother.
Cool. So I'll start with Kierra. Where are you from?
I'm from Indiana.
Okay.
Yeah. Midwest.
Where in Indiana?
It's a smaller, medium-sized town called Kokomo.
Okay.
Yeah, about an hour north from Indianapolis.
Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Were you there before you moved here?
I was actually living in a town called Muncie, which is where I went to college and got my degree from. And then I was just doing social work in Muncie, and then from there I moved to Nashville.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Do you have any siblings?
Yeah, I do. I have, all my siblings are half actually, but I've got 2 sisters and 1 brother.
Where do you fall in the age range?
Pretty much middle, because one of my sisters is older, and then me, and then I've got a younger sister and a very younger brother.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Nice.
he's like 14.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, pretty big gap there.
Are they all musical?
No, actually, none of them are.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What do they do? Are they just like more...
They're just kind of, I don't know, like, they're all, I would say, more, like left-brained rather than like
more analytical.
Yeah.
Less chaotic and creative.
Yeah. Yeah, like they don't, like, I mean, not to say they're not artsy, but, like my older sister has a degree in finance or in accounting, and so she does like finance and accounting for a business, and my younger sister and younger brother are like just little smarty pants, so.
I see.
Yeah.
Cool. So what were you into as a kid?
Oh my gosh. Everything. I loved to like sing and dance, and fun fact, I've broken my arms 4 times, so I was just all over the place. Just chaos. But I was always very much into music. I pretty much grew up with my grandparents, and they were always playing like older music, 60s, 70s. So I just loved everything, really.
Were they musicians?
My grandma can actually sing really well, but they were just like very much blue collar.
I see.
Yeah.
How did you break your arm 4 times?
Oh, so many ways, like wrestling cousins, gymnastics, wrestling a cousin again, falling out of a tree. Yeah, one time I didn't even know my other arm was broke. Wow. And I was at the doctor's office, and they were checking my arm that was actually broken, and the doctor was like, I think you have a break on the other arm.
Oh, wow.
So then I had to go into kindergarten with 2 casts. If you can imagine how embarrassing.
Little Keith rolling up to kindergarten.
Hey guys,
I ain't got no arms.
Yeah.
So I need you to scratch my back.
Yeah, I had to have somebody in class with me to write for me.
Oh,
You had a personal assistant.
I had a scribe. Yeah.
That's
You're
awesome.
like, you work for me.
Yeah. I'm 5 and I tell you what to do.
That's great.
Yeah.
How long did you have to be in the cast for?
I don't remember, but I do know that like the most recent time was around 13 or 14 when I broke my arm the last time. Wow. And it was like, the bone was, not to be graphic, but was like almost outside of, almost broke skin.
Right.
So I was in a cast for like a hella long time.
Wow.
Like when I was supposed to get it off, they were like, actually, you have to be in a cast again. They just cut it a little shorter to where I could like bend my elbow.
Right. Wow. Yeah, almost compound fracture.
Yeah.
Wow.
But it was a solid break, but I broke my ulna and my radius.
Damn.
So.
Wow.
Still made the basketball team.
Wow.
With the cast on.
Really?
Yeah, maybe they
They're
were
like,
desperate.
The one shot one-hand wonder.
Yeah. One hand Willie.
Yeah. Whatever. They're like,
That's a power move.
Yeah.
she could make it.
We believe in her.
Yeah. Everyone's got a chance.
Yeah.
Sweet. So what first got you into music? Or like, when was like the aha moment?
I mean, for as long as I remember, I was just always singing songs on the radio, listening to CDs. Like, I did dance too, so we were, always listening to music, obviously, when we were doing dance competitions and stuff. But I just always felt naturally into it. And I played piano since I was 5, so I was in piano lessons at a young age. And it wasn't something I even immediately wanted to do at first, but my grandma was like, Kierra, we're going to get you into piano and blah, blah, blah. And then I started to enjoy it, nice. After some time. And I guess then you just naturally kind of fall musical when you're doing an instrument too.
Right.
And then, yeah, sing for fun. And then what do you know? You have a band.
When did you first have a band?
With Aubree.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
When you came here?
Yeah,
wow.
It was not planned at all.
But like in high school, you would just practice?
Yeah,
or...
just played piano. I was in choir.
But never with a band?
No,
like,
never.
Okay.
Never even performed until last year on a stage. Other than a piano recital, but
wow.
Yeah.
So you didn't like make any music like at all? Like write your own stuff or anything?
I would write and just mess around on piano, and I also had a guitar that I would play, but like very basically. But it was like a hobby because I was a social worker. So it'd be like something I would do like to decompress after working with people all day, you know, and
Right.
then I moved here and it's like music is everywhere.
Right.
It's just everywhere you go, everyone you meet, someone is either making music or producing or, you know.
Right. I always tell people, even if you live here and don't play music, you're already a better musician. Just because, like,
The mindset.
you just hear it so much, you
Mhm.
can't escape it. And like 1 in 4 people is probably a creative here, so like,
Yeah.
and they probably play a little instrument even if they don't play it professionally. So it's like everyone hears it, you know.
Yeah.
It's like my ear, I feel like, has gotten a lot better since when I moved from here. Like just coming here, even when you're not playing music, it's just coming at you in every way.
Yeah. And when I first moved here, it was right before COVID, so shows were like rampant and popping, and that's what everybody kind of did, was just go to live shows, live rock shows. And then in March they were like, psych,
Right.
you know.
Yeah, that was very unfortunate.
Yeah.
So, okay. What were some of your earlier influences? Like,
My grandpa would always drive me to work, or not drive me to work, drive me to school. I wish he would drive me to work. He would drive me to school in the mornings, and I remember him playing, like, I mean, all different things, but like Fleetwood Mac and the Beatles and Bob Seger, just kind of, you know, older rock music, classics. And that was kind of like my introduction to, like, I guess a genre of music. But then, you know, when you're in public school too, you hang out with all the kids and you guys listen to the radio, and that's when the Now CDs were really popular. So all of the top 20 hits of 2000s were at the time very cool. But yeah, I would say that was kind of like, I guess the earlier influences were from like my grandpa, whatever he was into.
and then when you like would play piano, would it just be like class or like what you heard from like Beatles and stuff, or would it be?
It was more so just like whatever my kind of lessons were, like what were in my practice books. So I didn't really have like a choice when I was taking piano lessons. It was just like, here's the intermediate chapter 1 or volume 1 or whatever. And then once you would learn those kind of notes really easy, then you would do more songs or whatever. But then, you know, I would want to play songs for fun. But back then, like, we didn't have social media, or like, we wouldn't like Google songs really at the time when you were younger, or at least for me. Like, I guess we got Facebook when I was like 12, something like that.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know, your life is just totally different. I definitely wasn't like Googling songs to play or anything.
Right.
But, yeah.
Wow.
No ultimate guitar.
No ultimate guitar, no tabs.
Ultimate Guitar, is that like a main tab
Yeah.
website?
Yeah,
Nice.
you can get the app. That's what we look up all the time for like covers and stuff. But
Okay.
yeah.
Are tabs just easier to read? Is it just like, just tells you like the, like whatever scale it's in, and then
Yeah, it tells you
there's
the
no
key.
rhythm that you read?
Right. It kind of tells you like a strum pattern for guitar. But
Like the chords, the key,
Right.
you know.
yeah,
Okay, cool.
yeah. That's all I know on guitar is chords. So
Right.
it's like guitar for dummies.
That's all you need to do.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
If you can do it, it's great.
Yeah.
I like read music, but I don't think I've ever read a drum tab before, because it's like, it's more rhythmic, so like,
Yeah.
you would need to know the specific beat.
Right.
So-
Right. In that case, it's different. But and two, like, even though with guitar tabs, so like I can see that if it's in the key of E, then I would know what the piano chords were just by looking at the chords for the guitar or whatever. So you can use it for other instruments too.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
So what do you do now to get inspired?
I listen to music all of the time. I feel like the genres of music that I listen to and ones that I just keep finding are just like ever evolving. Like whether it's like psychedelic or more like ethereal, or you know, Americana, or just or classic rocks, even like older music still inspires like today. But there's no real like force of getting inspired. I feel like you're just listening to music and you just are, you know. You're like, oh, I like the way this guitar sounds, or I like the way this girl's voice is like emoting this phrase or whatever. But
who have you been listening to lately?
I guess I'm pretty stuck in ways of like certain artists, but I guess just on the way here, I was listening to this band called Dehd. They're Dehd, and they're kind of like, the girl singer kind of is like a little bit grunge, but they're also kind of like dreamy pop grunge. But it's really cool. And I think they're based out of Chicago, if I remember right. So it's like Midwest, you know.
Cool.
But yeah, they're like up and coming, and they're doing like a full tour and stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, so I guess that's someone who I'm into right now.
Nice. You don't like, I don't know, draw or anything else, or like do other
yeah,
or like, I don't know, go for a run or something, I don't know, random stuff.
I pretty much make something almost every day, whether it's like, I have an art page on Instagram, so I do like a lot of graphics. So they're like kind of spacey, really colorful, vibrant. But like, I make our graphics for our band, like our posters and stuff usually, and edit photos, you know.
Cool.
So
cool.
Definitely always making something.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
So what initially brought you to Nashville?
I had a friend that, well, I had several friends that lived here, but, you know, I was kind of influenced by that friend to move down here, and then here I was. Yeah, and he's from my hometown, so
I understand.
We've known each other for a very long time.
Cool.
And I had nothing to lose, you know.
Right.
I was living in Indiana, ready for a change.
Got all the cornfields.
Yeah, never thought my life would end up the way it is now, but it's like, that's what taking chances and risks are about, I guess.
Right. So you were doing social work back in Indiana?
Yeah. My degree is in psychology. So
okay, cool.
I've done counseling with like middle schoolers and worked in juvenile detention centers, and then like before I moved here, I was working for IU Health Hospital with adults. But yeah, full-time social worker.
You still do that now?
No, I run a cafe now here in
nice.
Nashville. Yeah.
What cafe is that?
It's called Ian Rose.
Okay.
We're a vegan cafe,
Sweet.
wellness cafe. We've got like juices, smoothies, health foods.
Wow, where is it located?
Yeah. We've got 5 different locations, but I work at the newest one. It's off of downtown, kind of near Pinewood Social. Actually, really close to Pinewood Social.
Cool.
Yeah, it's a cool spot.
That's cool. Vegan coffee shop?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, come get a smoothie sometime.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah.
There's no regular lattes then, I guess.
You can get a latte for sure, but it won't be with dairy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I was like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So you've been here, you said, since 2019?
I guess it was right, well, okay, I get my years confused, first off.
Sure.
Right before COVID. COVID was 2021, right?
2020.
2020. So I moved here very end of December of 2019.
Okay.
Yeah, so you knew before I did.
Yeah,
You said
you said 2019 earlier, so I was,
Oh, I can't really remember for sure, but
No
I think
worries.
that's right.
No worries. Cool. What is something that you've learned living here?
I feel like I learn things from people all of the time, whether it's like a musician or, you know, somebody I work with. It's just like everybody you talk to kind of learn something from. But in the music industry, I feel like, you know, you never know who you're going to meet and you never know what you're going to create. But as long as you put yourself out there and just do it, you know, whatever the outcome is kind of endless and up for you to decide.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, if someone was to move here to pursue art or do music or whatever that is, what is some advice you'd give them?
Well, I actually have a friend who I'm convincing to move here right now, and I think him and my other friend too, they're from my hometown. They are going to move here, I believe in March. And I'm just like, you just gotta do it. Like, if I can just do it, you could just do it. And as long as you just go out in public and talk to people, you're bound to meet someone that you connect with or have something in common with, can make art with, can collab, you know.
That's cool.
Yeah. So I convince him like every day.
What are they going to come down here and do? Or
he does photography.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. I mean, he works for a bank, but he wants to do
I
photography
understand.
full time. Yeah. And like when I first moved here, I wasn't working at a coffee shop. I was a health coach. So it's like you can still do a 9-to-5 job and pursue your art.
Yeah.
Here, everyone, you know, pretty much does.
Yeah. Plus the shows you want to play are on the weekend anyways. So.
Yeah. Yeah. The bank's closed.
The bank's closed.
We're shutting it down.
That's cool. So you would just tell them come down here and you'll figure it out. It'll happen.
Yeah, I'd be like, just fucking do it. Just do it.
What, is there, would you be like when you get here, go to these bars, blah, 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 or
I'd be like, actually, I don't know, because everybody has different places that they like to go. Like, some people like Dino's, some people like Mickey's, you know, different bars to hang out, but I would definitely just invite him wherever we go, because he's my buddy.
Nice.
Yeah.
What places do y'all go to see music or just to hang out at?
Sometimes it depends on whoever's playing and whatever venue they're at. You know, if they're playing at East Room or 5 Spot or Spring Water, you know, really anywhere. Well, we go to Underdog because we don't live too far from there. We go to Inglewood Lounge. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, Inglewood Lounge.
Those are my fave.
Yeah. We did a show at Dehd Motel, and that was really cool.
Oh, yeah. Outside?
Yeah.
Nice.
Just freezing.
When was this? This was
Was it
What month was that?
November? Back in November?
okay.
It was like one of the coldest days ever, though.
Really?
Yeah, it was like one of the first really cold days that we had. We had hand warmers though.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I went to a show there, I think it was in November, December, and it was so cold.
Yeah.
Everyone was just jumped up, jumping up and down,
I bet it's really cool in the summer though.
Oh,
my
it's
gosh.
amazing
All
in
the
the
people in the
summer. Oh my
I
god,
haven't
it's so
experienced
much
it in
fun.
the summer, but maybe next year.
That would be so
Next
cool in the
summer.
summer and do a dive at
Do
the dive.
Do the dive.
Yeah. During the day, it's a lot of fun because people are at the pool and hanging out. And so if you can play during the day, or
Yeah.
at night, in the summer, people are still hanging out. But definitely during the day, everyone's laying out. It's like you feel like you're in a Paul Thomas Anderson film. Or
I was
something.
gonna say it probably feels like a 70s film.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. You
for
feel like
sure.
you're and there's all these basically sex pads lining the entire pool, you know what I mean? It's definitely Boogie Nights-ish. It seems like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We definitely danced under the disco ball.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the little bar inside. It's so quaint,
So neat.
antique, and
Mm-hmm.
They were so nice to us too. They gave us picklebacks when we played.
sick.
We have a free night there that we still get to stay.
Really? A
Yeah.
free night?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that just what happens when you play there?
I guess so.
Yeah, that's
That's what
awesome.
they gave us.
Yeah.
We had a bar tab. I don't even think we drank all of what our bar tab was either. It was like a pretty good bar tab.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, they're great. We love the dive.
Who did y'all talk to play there?
We were playing with Dirty Delusions for their for their,
Aaron.
yeah. We were playing with them, supporting their new release.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm. So we
Super
kinda
nice
went through
guys.
Yeah, those are great guys.
Yeah.
I've had them on here before.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're awesome.
Aaron is really chill. They're all chill, but
Yeah, they're
I
great.
really like Aaron. Awesome. Okay, cool. All right. Aubree, now it's your turn.
Great.
Okay, cool. So where are you from?
I'm from a little town in Ohio. It's not even a town, it's a village because the population's 585.
Oh, wow.
as of like a few years
And
ago.
so technically you have to call it a village?
Yeah, it's like not even big
No.
enough to be a town.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah, so I lived there until I was about like middle school aged, and I mean, most of my family lives there. It's called Corning, Ohio, and my parents kind of, when I was 11, they were like, we need to get her out of here and maybe experience some new things, and we moved to a college town. So I spent my teenage years in Athens, Ohio, which is like where OU is. So it's a college town, hipstery little town, kind of like a very, very small version of Nashville.
And you all moved there when? When you were like...
When I was about 11,
Oh, okay.
yeah. So kind of spent
The
my high school
formative
years there.
years were in there.
Yeah, for sure. And that's when I started playing music when I was a teenager. So
Cool.
once I moved to Athens and everything. So
Cool.
yeah.
What were you into like when you lived in the first part of Ohio?
I grew up loving Janis Joplin. I'd say she was probably my biggest influence, and I think I could probably sing her songs before I could even talk. Like, loved
Wow.
Janis Joplin. I was so enthralled because she was like a lady that wasn't trying to make things sound like pretty necessarily, and she was just like being her absolute self and just like losing her mind, and I just kind of loved that about her, and I liked the raspiness of her voice and the grittiness, and I liked other things. I fell in love with the more singer-songwriter like Townes Van Zandt and Steve Earle and Guy Clark, kind of like the songwriters that kind of like made Nashville like Music City, you know what I mean? So like storytelling and songwriting was probably like my first love.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So when did you start playing music? Like when you were in elementary school, or?
Yeah, I remember I begged my dad and my mom to get me a guitar teacher when I was like 9, and I had one guitar lesson, and the dude came over and he taught me Mary Had a Little Lamb, and then he quit after that first lesson. He was like, I'm too busy or whatever. And so I was like, okay. So I put the guitar away, and then like a few years later, I would just beg my parents every day, like, find me a teacher. And they're like, okay, like, we'll look around. And then I was like, you know what, I'll just teach myself. So I just taught myself a few chords on the guitar that my dad had in college, and just kind of went from there. And I made 3 acoustic records when I lived in Athens, and then I graduated high school a year early so that I could get here to Nashville ASAP. So finished school and then got my butt down here.
Wow, that's awesome.
Thanks.
So like when you were in elementary school, like you just guitar, you like, was that like you were really into, or?
Yeah, I played a lot of sports when I was younger, and
Okay.
I did I used to be a competitive figure skater and basketball and volleyball, and my parents were athletes, so I always felt like kind of like I should be an athlete too, and I did enjoy it, but not nearly as much as I enjoyed singing or playing music. And so kind of whenever I'd be at practice, you know, I was at practice like 5 nights out of the week or at games, and I was like, oh, I just want to play guitar in my room and write songs. But so I eventually stopped, and then just started playing shows around town and just kept writing, and yeah.
Do you have any siblings?
Yeah, I have one sister, and she's 7 years younger than me. So quite the age difference. But we're super close. She's definitely more like athletic, and she does like cycling, and she runs, and I mean, I like to like work out and stuff, but she's like very, very strong, very athletic, and I'm
Nice.
more into the creative stuff, I guess.
I understand.
Yeah,
Nice.
she's the total opposite of me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do y'all look alike? Are y'all about the same size?
No, she's way taller than me.
Way taller.
Yeah, she's
Okay.
way younger and way taller than me.
That's how my siblings are too.
Yeah, yeah. My parents my whole family like loves to talk about it. Every holiday, they're just like, she's like 2 feet taller than you. Yeah, everyone's taller than me though.
Yeah.
So
You've come to terms with it.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm fun size.
Yeah.
I own it.
Yeah. Hey. Oh yeah. So, like, when you were in high school, did you play in bands then?
I would play with some bands every now and then. I mostly did solo stuff, like solo acoustic sets. I love to play like listening rooms, and but I would every now and then. I love to collaborate with people. I played in a Pink Floyd cover band for a little bit when I lived in Athens, which was a lot of fun. And it's like, I wasn't in band in high school, but I had a lot of friends that were in the band, and we would play together. And but mostly it was just like solo stuff.
Cool. Like
Americana folk stuff.
I understand. Who Americana genre do you really like?
Well, lots. Really like Margot Price, Caroline Spence, Robbie Hecht. I think they all live in Nashville. They're kind of like the newer Americana stuff, but or like Tyler Childers too. I love Tyler Childers. Guy Clark. Love Guy Clark. I was gonna say someone else. Townes Van Zandt. I love Townes Van Zandt. I think he's one of the best songwriters. And John Prine too. John Prine is probably my absolute favorite songwriter.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. So when did you move to Nashville?
I moved to Nashville fall of 2018. So I graduated that summer because I was doing summer classes, so I could graduate early. And then I moved down here in like early September.
Nice.
Yeah.
September of 2018.
Mm-hmm.
I moved in August of 2017.
Oh, right on.
Fall.
Right on.
Cool. So obviously music is what brought you to Nashville. You were like,
Yep.
gotta finish school. Get
Yeah.
the hell out of here.
Yeah. Yeah, and there was never really a time where I was like, I think I want to move to Nashville. I really didn't even think about it. I was like, that's where I'm going, that's what I'm doing.
Right.
Like, where else am I going to go right now?
Right.
Like, it was just kind of always, like, my plan, even from when I was, like, a little kid. And here I am. I mean, I don't know if I'll be here forever. I love it here.
Right.
But the world is my oyster. But
yeah.
right now, Nashville's home.
Yeah, this is a fun place to be.
Yeah, It really is. It took a couple years for it to, like, really feel like home. But now I feel like I'm at that point where I have my people, I have a thing I'm doing, I have multiple things I'm doing. Right. You know, because, like, when I first moved here, I'm like, okay, gotta make all new friends and gotta find a job. And, I mean, it's like starting your life over.
It is. And you're trying to sell yourself to everyone you meet because you're like, I play music too. Let's play. Yeah. And after a while, you're like, all right, you'll just start meeting people and you don't really need to, like, tell people what you do. It just happens.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But in the beginning, everyone's got, like, you can always tell when someone just came to Nashville because they're like, you can tell they're trying to meet everyone, do everything, which is great.
Yeah.
But, like, you're like, relax, man, I understand you play an instrument or whatever.
Yeah.
But everyone's, like, trying to, I do this.
Yeah, for sure. It's fun to, like, look back on, though, because it's like everything was so new and, like, you felt like you could do anything.
Right.
But.
And it's almost like you feel like a rookie compared to now, like, how you feel now.
Yeah.
You learn so much.
Yeah.
And you're exposed to so many people where you're like, okay, these people are serious. Like, serious. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. I'm really glad that I moved when I did too, because it was like through some pretty formative years and it kind of forced me to figure it out, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. By just doing it and learning how to live by myself and how to take care of myself, really. But I'm thankful that I did it early,
Right. Awesome. So what's like a big thing you've learned living here?
I've learned a big thing probably to remember why I moved here in the first place, and that's because I really love music. I think it's easy to get caught up in, like, the scene and, trying to be, like, this perfect version of yourself. And I think it's important to, like, market yourself and everything, but
Definitely.
Also, like, just keep in mind, like, why you're really here, and that's because I just love music, and I love playing it, and I love playing it for people who appreciate it.
Right. But ultimately, play it because you love it.
Right.
It's for yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's like, I'm doing it for me, and if you like it, great. And if you don't, that's okay too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you win no matter what.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Cool. All right, well, what is some advice you'd give to someone who wants to move here and do art?
I would say put yourself out there. When I first moved here, I would just feel kind of silly sometimes, being like, you should check out my music. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know
Like,
exactly.
you kind of have to like put that to the side and just like play the game. You know what I mean? Like, do it for yourself, because you got to get in there and make stuff happen. So just don't be apologetic for it. Just do
Right.
it. Just share it, and if people like it, great.
Right. And you'll be tested, and then you gotta remember why you do it.
Yeah, it's better to be surprised than disappointed. It's like you might as well.
Like all the
Try
setbacks
it.
or anything.
Yeah.
It's like, then you're reminded, why am I doing this?
Right. Yeah. And you'll always wonder, like, what would have happened if you didn't move here? Or, you know what I mean? How different your life would be.
I think about that all of the time.
Yeah, I'm sure that you do.
Yeah.
I would not like it if I didn't move here.
I know,
would
that's
not-
crazy.
I would not
Yeah.
like being where I was.
Yeah.
I mean, where I was is great. I'm from Chattanooga, but
Oh, nice.
I'm happy to
I like
be here.
that.
I haven't been there, but I want to go there.
It's a
Yeah.
great outdoorsy town.
Yeah, it's lovely.
I grew up on one of the mountains called Lookout Mountain.
Oh my god,
So
that's where
cool.
Angela used to work.
Oh
Really?
yeah.
Yeah.
Or like Rock City or something.
Yeah.
I used to work at Rock City.
Really?
Yeah, when I was like in high school. But,
That's funny. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
definitely where she
That's
worked.
cool.
Yeah,
I grew up like 2 streets away from there.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of my best friends who I met at a music camp down here when I was in high school.
Wow.
And yeah, she grew up in Chattanooga. She still lives there, but I'm trying to convince her to move here too.
What is her name?
Her name's Angela. Angela Jarvis. She
Hmm.
plays violin.
Oh. She might know some people. I mean, it's a very small town. I'm sure we have a lot of mutual friends.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Probably.
I'm sure.
If she plays violin, then she probably knows my friend Ben, who plays cello.
I'm sure she
He's
does.
always connecting with all the violins and cello.
Yeah.
They always get together.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's cool.
I bet she does.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right, awesome. Well, what is some advice you would give to someone moving down here to pursue music or art?
I would say, like I said, I'd say there's no point in not going for it. Just see what happens. And I feel like you learn so much from just seeing shows down here.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's easy to be intimidated by it, but to use it more as like inspiration. You know what I mean? And be like, you see them doing this and you're like, whoa, that's cool.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate
Don't
it.
compare it.
Right.
Right, for sure. And it develops so much too. You know what I mean? Like, I never thought that like I would be playing like the kind of music that we're doing in Violet Moons, which is awesome. But it's more like a branch off of me. You know what I mean? It's like another part of me. So your sound can always develop too, just like from just seeing more shows and, you know, getting inspired from other artists. Because I feel like Kierra inspires me all the time.
Awesome.
You know what I mean? Because she kind of introduced a whole other sound to me, you know, and I'm able to incorporate like more of like my folkier stuff in our songs too.
Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of like two worlds collided.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because would you say like you learn more classical stuff on piano, or is it more like?
No, I mean, just in terms of like she listens to everything and I listen to everything, but she was very inspired by folk and like Americana and bluegrass music, and I came in and like was like, hey, have you ever listened to Beach House, or you know, just like certain bands
Right.
that maybe was like not everything she was listening to at the time. It's more like psychedelic kind of
Right.
dream pop bands.
I understand.
And then I
Yeah.
would get high and listen to it. And I was like, whoa, Kierra.
Yeah.
This is cool.
Let's put a harmony on it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The psychedelic meets the folk.
Yeah. I guess psychedelic folk is a
Psychedelic
genre.
folk.
Yeah, I mean, Animal Collective.
Yeah.
Psychedelic folk.
Yeah, true that.
I think Bon Iver has some psychedelic folk, some of his other records, but
Yeah.
Yeah, he kind of is.
Some of his stuff is
it's
kind of
it's
tricky.
kind of dark and weird.
Yeah.
And you're like, what is going on
Experimental
here?
for sure.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, I know. I know.
One more.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Now, all right. Well, is there anything you would like to add that I haven't asked, or you'd like to say?
Not necessarily. I think you're doing a great job.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed talking to you.
Yeah. Likewise.
What about you? I didn't ask that earlier.
Personally, no. I feel like you covered all the bases.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. All right. Well, I'm going to ask y'all both the same question. So I'll just start with either one of y'all that wants to go first. But what is something absurd that you love or do?
That's a great question. I don't even know where to start.
Yeah, this could get really weird. I eat eggs every night around 11 p.m.
How do you eat them?
Scrambled with hot sauce.
Ooh.
Almost every night.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's like my favorite thing.
Those stickers that I showed y'all, they
Mhm.
came with a bottle of hot sauce randomly.
Oh, I thought you were going to say eggs.
No, that would have been really weird. But it came with they're like, since you bought this many stickers, we're giving you our mule sauce.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool.
You want to try it?
Sure.
I'll
So
sample it.
random. But it came. They're like, It's like really interesting.
Mule sauce.
Interesting.
I'll give it a whirl.
Hot sauce or sriracha? Which one?
That actually kind of tastes like sriracha.
Yeah, it has kind of a sweet
It does. It does.
habanero.
Nice. I like it.
Don't you kind of get a sriracha vibe?
Yeah, it does remind me of
You want to
sriracha.
try it?
Thinner.
Mike?
I'll try it.
Mm.
What about you, Aubree? What's a weird thing
Thank you.
for you?
I get stoned and aggressively clean the house.
Really?
Yes. Like spray everything down and aggressively clean. And I also watch a lot of ASMR videos,
Ooh.
like on TikTok, of like sounds, like people going like,
Really?
yes, and I don't know what it is, like, yeah, just like sounds like that. Or like at a dinner table and like you hear like forks clinging on plates and stuff. I don't know why, like the sounds are super relaxing.
Really?
Yeah.
As long as it's not like
Right,
scratching.
it have to be like subtle, like.
Wow.
They send chills down my spine. I don't like it.
I like
Oh,
the
really?
I like the ASMR or whatever where they do the haircut.
Oh
Where
yeah.
it's like-
Wow.
It just feels like they're around your head.
I love it.
Yesterday I was peeling a clementine and I was thinking, wow, I need an ASMR mic because just like the kind of just like
Yeah.
peeling off the orange, I was like,
I
that
love
was
that
great.
stuff.
It's incredible. It's like
Yeah.
recording anything is fairly new to the human race. So it's like even when we hear something, it's like it still can trick our mind.
Yeah. It's like, wow, I've never really heard it like that or cared to hear it like that, but now,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. I love it. I really appreciate it.
Wow.
Another bizarre thing that I do is I pee outside
Oh.
behind our garage. Instead of I'll just go outside and do it because there's something
It
about
feels
it.
good outside.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Right.
They're all coming to me now.
Yeah, I know. I was trying to think. I was like, God, I feel like everything I do
Greg's
is
like,
weird.
oh my God. Is she really saying that?
No. I'm thinking of. I don't know. I've got a couple of things I would say.
About me? Bizarre that I do?
No.
Oh my God, what are they?
Nothing.
You should share them.
No.
Okay, no pressure.
No, it's okay.
Aubree,
Aubree is a hypochondriac.
I was going to say that.
I knew one of you guys was gonna say
There's
it.
something wrong with me.
Yeah.
Every
Every
day.
day she
I mean,
runs.
the plastic in the cup. Am I going to die?
I do always think of
We used to work together in a cafe, and every day, Aubree would come to Greg. Am I dying? I'm like, no, probably not. She's like, are you sure?
What if I have
And she,
cancer?
like, what would you?
I literally
that's
say
what
that.
she says, and it's like you would know. You would be fully aware.
I can't even mention someone having like a physical issue and she'd be like, oh, I have that. Yeah. And I'll be like, no, you don't. She'll be like, well, I did. Before once.
Does it happen more after or before you smoke weed?
It's not the weed, okay?
And I would say the plane crash videos as well.
I would love to plug these on your podcast. They're it's called The Flight Channel on YouTube, and it's this man, and he has an airplane simulator, and he reenacts aviation accidents.
Oh, wow.
And he goes into detail. Like, there's no, like, really, like, there's no talking or anything in the videos. It's just, like, he just puts all the text up on the screen, and it's, like, every last detail of a specific aviation accident. And
we're about to wreck.
yeah, no, some of them are really intense, but me and my boyfriend Josh watch them every Thursday night.
Wow. I'm going to need to look this up. Just, what do I type in?
The Flight Channel. It's amazing.
Flight Channel.
I've learned a lot.
I will say they are fun to watch.
Greg, we know you like them.
I love them.
Is it like, are you like on your edge of your seat watching it, or is it just
Yes.
like,
Well,
okay.
yes, you're
So
like-
the get like really stoned and then just kind of
Flight
like
Channel.
just space and just like read it and just watch the whole thing go down.
Read it, okay.
Yeah, you should
I'll put
probably
on
be stoned.
my noise canceling headphones.
Oh, that will be
Oh,
intense.
Oh my
Wow.
god. Yeah.
It'd be like VR.
Yeah, for real.
Don't press that, damn it.
No, seriously, you guys. Some of them are nuts. Like, they'll have, like, real audio and real video sometimes, like, from the actual accident. Like,
The way the
It's a
tension
lot.
builds is
Jeez.
unbelievable.
That, I
'Cause
love
it's like
that.
everything
Yeah.
is fine and then all of a sudden it's a literal plane crash.
yeah.
And you're like, oh my god, how did we get here?
Oh.
But they told you the whole time.
Oh my god.
His, like, setup is, like, the way he edits and everything, like, it's so advanced and, like, amazing technology.
Oh, so it's like riveting to watch this.
Yeah, like, the view is, like, inside the cockpit.
Oh,
And it's,
okay.
like, he's, like, it's like a video game, but it looks so real.
Oh, okay. Sick. Yeah, I'm definitely watching that.
Yeah, let me know what you
later.
think.
I can't watch it.
Yeah, I
cannot.
totally understand. That's a bizarre thing that I do.
It's a good, like, it's like you're coming to terms with, like, your dark side or, like, your shadow. As
Yeah,
in,
your
like,
shadow self.
As in, like, there's always something wrong with me, but when I watch this, I know it's going to end bad. I'm okay.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, yeah, that's a really
You
good
just got
point.
psychoanalyzed,
What is that?
honestly.
I did!
You just
Ow.
Carl Younged your ass.
What does that say about me? I'm all fucked up.
I'm all fucked up. We're all fucked up.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Now I'll ask y'all band questions. How did y'all start out?
We were friends, you know, because she dates Josh, who Josh and I are from the same hometown,
Right.
Kokomo, Indiana, and we just would hang out sometimes, like, you know, just as friends, and then eventually we became roommates, and she was already doing the solo acoustic stuff and her folk music, and I moved my piano into the living room, and then it was just kind of like, what you playing? Can I, like, we kind of just started playing together
Awesome.
very casually.
Yeah, was not planned at all. We didn't think, oh, we should make a female psychedelic band, and
Right.
how cool would that be? It was very natural, like, just throwing harmonies on each other's songs, and
Nice.
we were like, oh shit, I guess we have a band now.
Yeah, it's really crazy how it happened. And it was during the pandemic when I feel like a lot of people were feeling defeated and not being able to perform, but we were just in our little
Inspired.
cottage house, you know, making music.
Yeah, we were able to, like, get a bunch of the songs ready, though, you know, when a lot of things were closed, and have them written, and then we hit it really hard once things kind of started
Yeah.
back up again. And we have a lot of things seem to be closing
Again.
now again, unfortunately, but we do have, like, a really busy schedule, so
Nice. Do y'all still live together? Oh, okay, cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
So y'all can jam all the time.
Yeah.
That's
With our-
awesome.
our
Since y'all are in a
three
band
cats.
together, y'all get as tight as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got our garage or rehearsal space, and we all just jam out there, or if it's too fucking cold, we do it inside our living room.
With our cats.
Yep.
Nice. What are y'all's cats? What are y'all's cats? Yes.
We've got 3 cats that live at our house.
Really? That's awesome.
Kierra's cat, Jorah. Noki, who we adopted together. And then our other roommate has a cat, too.
Okay.
Her name's Infinity.
She's the only girl cat.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I met
it's
Jorah
chaos. You met Jorah?
before. Yeah.
He's amazing, isn't he?
When you were in the castle or whatever. Yeah,
Mhm.
I loved it.
He's great.
Cool. So they so Jorah's like black and gray kind of.
Yeah,
right?
he's tabby.
And what are the others?
The other 2 are all black.
Oh, okay,
Mhm.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've really got the black cat energy in that.
Yeah.
house.
Yeah, we do.
They
Yeah.
fight off evil spirits.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they do. Having 3 cats, I grew up with dogs.
Same.
And Jorah was the first cat that I ever lived with and got close with. And they're insane. Like, the noises that we hear in our house. Yes, like,
They parade our attic.
they really do. They stampede through our tiny house, like, and make the craziest fucking noises.
Yeah.
But
It's wild.
we love them, though.
Yeah.
We're playing cover tomorrow.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Tomorrow is Thursday, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. Should be a good night.
I'll come to that.
Hell yeah.
Cool. So, what are some band influences? I mean, y'all are kind of bringing the folk to the psychedelic.
Mhm.
Does any band meet in the middle for y'all, or like other bands that?
Well, we just did a Pink Floyd cover.
Yeah, I saw that earlier.
Yeah, we did that at our show at Underdog. And that was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Super fun.
One time someone told us that we sound like, kind of like First Aid Kit, and Pink Floyd had like a love child, which I thought was a super cool compliment.
First Aid Kit. I haven't listened to that.
Yeah, are they sisters?
Yeah, they're sisters. And they're kind of like a folk
Yeah,
singer-songwriter vibe.
yeah, lots of
Kinda indie
harmonies. Yeah,
Mhm.
Okay, cool.
Mhm.
First Aid Kit.
Mhm.
yeah, they're
Pink
cool.
Floyd.
Yeah, Pink Floyd, Cherry Glazer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Who Kierra
Cockatoo
introduced me to.
Twins.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
we love
fuck
Cocteau Twins.
yeah.
That's so I love that sound. Like
Oh yeah.
Recently, I've been listening to Typo Negative, which is really random, but the vocals are a lot like Glenn Danzig, but then it's also like Cherry Glazer and Cockatoo Twins, because it's also like it's like really heavy, but it's like romantic. So
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
And
We
his-
love that
and his
sound.
voice is like it's so deep, and it's like it sounds like he's a vampire or something. Like
Yeah.
That's cool.
he's like her like milk white neck. Yeah.
I think artists who can tap into that kind of sound, it just kind of feels like you're in another world.
Yeah.
Just like the ethereal nature of it, you just kind of feel like, whoa.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
know?
And then the church organ will come in, and it's like you swear you're like in Transylvania.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure.
Vibe. Awesome. Okay, cool. So what do y'all do now? Y'all just jam to get inspired? Y'all just... What do y'all do?
Well, I mean, we each will like write songs and bring them to one another, or we'll write songs together. Like we'll be like, oh, we kind of have this already written. What do you think? What would you add? Or, you know, sometimes Aubree writes a full song and we play that, and then we just kind of figure out the rest of the instruments and how we want it to sound. Or I write a song and fill in the basses. But
Yeah, a lot of our writing's like pretty equal. Like we'll write our own. If one of us even like starts a song, we'll be like, okay, now you write your verse. You know, kind of. So it's like equal amounts of like both of us.
Nice.
or we could write a bridge together because that's like a missing piece. Or yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like none of it's forced. Like, it's definitely like, oh, I've been messing around with these chords, you know?
Yeah.
It's
It's
never
all
like,
kinda-
let's write a song.
Right,
Let's
right.
sit down.
It's like, oh, I thought of some lyrics, or it'd be cool if we wrote a song about this, or
Yeah, we're always like, we should write a song about that.
yeah,
Anything that happens, let's write a song about it.
yeah.
Do y'all like record in GarageBand or anything? Or like
We have.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like, if you're like, we need a drum part on this, do you just like make one and then put it in there?
Sometimes we've done that in Logic. And we've
Or Logic?
in GarageBand. I fuck around in GarageBand on my phone all the time and use the Kyle, the drummer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
SoCal or whatever.
The Brooklyn drummer.
Yeah.
More Tom.
Yeah.
Wow. I need to use the guitar or GarageBand phone app. I've used it very little, but
It's kind of like not easy to use,
Yeah.
I feel like. But, you know, if you're trying to get a demo across, you can definitely do it. We've done demos on GarageBand before.
on the phone?
Uh-huh.
Wow.
2 of the songs that we recorded, we had demos for on GarageBand from the phone.
Sick.
We just sang into the little microphone piece.
Yep. We sure did.
Made it work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
So,
did.
what do y'all see, or like, what inspires y'all when y'all see something? What is that?
It could be an idea. It could be a few chords. I think it could be several different things.
It could be themes in life, you know, just like injustice or, I mean, not to get deep, but like
No,
something
that's a
that
big part
pisses
of
you
it.
off or something that excites you or,
Or
Yeah.
like seeing a band and being like, wow, they've got a good energy. Like, that inspired me. Or
yeah, that, or especially like as a
Movie.
female artist, you see like, I don't know, just like certain female artists that get up there and you're just like, they fucking slay,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Who were those for you? Or who?
I mean, there's a lot of people like that band Dehd, like that girl is an awesome singer. And I guess, you know, Cherry Glazer, there's so many awesome women in the rock community that
I
don't
know.
get enough.
Do y'all like Phoebe
And-
Bridgers?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Or Lana Del Rey?
Oh, yeah.
Love Lana.
Lana.
We
Yeah.
love Lana.
We like Angel Olson a lot too. She's a great songwriter, great production.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I saw this band at the basement a couple weeks ago called the Bobby Lees.
I was just about to bring
Oh,
them up.
yeah.
I saw y'all there.
Yeah.
dude,
I was just
she
about
was
to bring them up.
badass.
Yeah,
I'm
we
obsessed
were
with
kind
them.
of losing our mind over that.
I was not okay that night. I loved them.
Yeah,
They were so good.
Yeah.
I love her voice.
I
Jeez, the way she was like screaming, and then it would be like, I don't know, angry, and then it'd be
Yeah.
like, I don't know.
Like a calm before the storm.
Yeah,
It's just like,
exactly.
Yeah, I loved it.
yeah. Sick.
They were so good. I really enjoyed them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Cool. So, what are some of the biggest things y'all have learned being in a band together?
I've learned so much from Aubree. I don't even know where to start because like I said, I did not come here for music. So it's like everything I've learned, I've pretty much learned from her just with like booking, with performing on stage. She does like almost all of the talking when we perform because I'm just like, I can't. This is too much. I don't want to. She'll be like, do you want to say something? And I'm like, no. Nope. I'm okay over here. Like stage fright is very real for me, but yeah, I feel like I've learned a lot in just a year.
Yeah, no, same. I've always done like a solo folk thing, and like I said, I've like played with some bands every now and then, but you know, Violet Moons is like my first like this is our band, and you just learning how to work with someone else, and like I said, it's like very equal. It's like equal parts of both of us, and we're lucky to have like our really close friends that play with us too, and
Yeah,
They-
record with us,
Yeah.
produce with us.
yeah, they kind of like let us do our thing and like accent the songs like perfectly, and so yeah.
Awesome. Okay, cool. So, as a band, what is some advice y'all would give to another band that would move here?
I guess the only advice I would really give, because I'm still learning all of the time and I don't know, but my advice I would give is just like go out of your comfort zone, and it can feel really uncomfortable, you know, it still can be uncomfortable for me. I'm not like perfectly comfortable up on stage, but it does get better, you know. You could, I remember the first couple of times we played, I was like, Aubree, I don't think I can do this. Like, I'm so shakingly nervous. But you have to, like, not think about you. You know, think about what you're putting out there to the audience and what you have to say and why you wrote the songs in the first place, you know?
Yeah.
That's really why you're even performing, for me at least.
Do you feel like it's more like before you're about to go on stage and then like once you get up there it's like...
Yeah, it's definitely much easier after the first song. It's like the anticipation.
Right.
And people watching, you know? But that can also fuel you too.
Yeah.
Aubree has said it before, like, I've got some things to say, and when someone's listening, like, I feel confident about it because I know they're listening.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of work like, if someone's paying attention to me, like, I'm like, it makes me feel more comfortable that they're listening, honestly. Yeah. But, I don't know. I have other areas that I could work on, but, like, I'm pretty comfortable on a stage. Like, I'm pretty outgoing for the most part, and I'll say what I want to say.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
What, like, so, as, like, if another band was like, hey, y'all been down there, like, what should we expect, or how should we prepare to come to Nashville to play music as a band living here? Does it make sense?
Yeah. I think, you know, the more you hang out with other people who are doing a similar thing makes you feel more comfortable. I think, like, you know, just being a good hang and...
Yeah. And just practicing all the time.
Yeah.
Like, just, like, do it and do it every day. And do it every day before you move here and do it every day when you get here.
Yeah.
Don't get discouraged.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep trying.
All right, cool. So what is the latest news with y'all's band? Y'all are playing tomorrow at Cobra.
Mm-hmm.
Do y'all have any more recordings coming out, or?
Yes! We're recording all this weekend.
Oh, sick.
Yeah. Got the studio booked Friday through Sunday, baby.
Where are y'all recording? What studio?
We're recording with Mike Fahey, who works at Sputnik.
Okay.
So we're working with him, and his studio is called Starbird Sound.
That's in Berry Hill, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I've recorded at Brown Owl before, which is like down the street from Sputnik.
Nice.
Okay, yeah.
I like that little area, all these random little studios.
And Blackbird's over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we love Mike. Mike's
Mike
great.
is awesome.
He's awesome. So we're, working on an album. Hopefully about to finish it up.
Yeah, it's halfway done.
The last songs for it, and maybe
Awesome.
like a late spring, early summer release is what we're looking at.
Okay, cool. Y'all are playing the Cobra, or y'all playing? Do y'all have other bands or shows lined up for the coming weeks?
We've got a lot of shows.
Yeah, it's been honestly a little...
We're
We're like, wait, do we have something that day? And, like, we've been trying to write on our planners, you know.
We both went and got planners from Target.
Yeah, safe to say, you know, we're trying.
Trying to get our shit together.
We've got a show. We've been trying to update our website. Like, anytime we have a show, we try to update the website, too, just to keep it all on track. We've got a show at the end.
Mm-hmm.
What date is that?
The 27th. At the end.
Cool.
We've got the
residency at Cafe Coco's all next February, so we'll be there every Tuesday.
Wow.
Yeah.
We've got a house show in Clarksville next month. We've got
The Basement next month.
Nice.
Mayday Brewery in Murfreesboro next month, and there's another January date that I'm forgetting.
Oh no.
The 27th, the Cobra.
We did
I
have
don't know.
we did have a basement show in January, the end of January, but we had to reschedule it for February because COVID. People got sick, so we're keeping the same lineup and doing it in February instead.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
28th.
Yeah, and we've got an East Room show in March. A few other things.
That's
They're on the website.
Yeah, they're, please refer to our website.
Yeah, it's great. Y'all have so many booked out.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
Yeah. I'm super stoked about it and grateful.
Yeah.
Like, super thankful.
It's been a lot of fun to, like, play at different places, too. Like, we got to play at Underdog last week, right after the snowstorm, so we're like, we don't even know if a single soul is going to come to this bar. But it actually was a good turnout, and it made our hearts feel good, because we're like, if they came, they really wanted to be here tonight, because nobody wanted to drive in that shit.
For real. I mean,
It was
like,
the night of the snowstorm?
it was the following day.
Yeah.
Oh, when snow was everywhere.
Yeah, and the original bartender who was supposed to work that night didn't end up making it, and 2 other acts that were supposed to play that night didn't make it, so.
Not even Sonic was open. Nobody, everything was closed.
Everything was closed, but the Underdog.
Yup.
Yeah, and it ended up being cool because I got to play some solo stuff, and Josh, who plays in our band, he got to do some solo stuff, and
We just made it a night.
yeah, another band called Vern played and was awesome. Filled in last minute for us, so it ended up being like great.
Wow. Where is the Underdog?
It's,
Oh yeah, you said north.
Yeah, it's on Gallatin, like almost at the Inglewood Kroger on the right side, and they have like a little thing that says Underdog.
It's next to the Veterans
Yeah, what is that place called?
The
Outpost.
Legion.
The Legion.
Legion,
Yeah.
yeah.
On tip of my tongue.
I've been to the Underdog.
Really
Yeah.
close
Because
there,
it's always like when they close, then
Everyone goes to
Yes.
Underdog, yeah. Like on
Yeah.
Honky Tonk Tuesday. I love the Underdog.
Yeah,
I
it's
love
cool.
it.
Our original lineup, man, that show was so hard to make because the bill got changed like several times.
Several times, yeah.
People couldn't make it, and like we totally understood because the weather was crap. Like people couldn't really leave their houses, depending on where they lived, and so we had a totally different lineup. But we hope that we can get them on a bill, a different show, different date sometime, because it was an all-girl lineup, and we were stoked for that.
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah, we kind of put on the show and they let us like host it. And so it's pretty cool.
It was just y'all two playing? Or you said all girl lineup? Y'all had backing other musicians?
Yeah, we had our full band, but it was all like female fronted for the night. All female vocalists and.
Oh,
artists.
I see. I see. I thought you meant the whole y'all's whole band was all females.
No, we call the guys that play with us the Violet Dudes.
Yeah.
Violet Dudes.
Violet Moons and Dudes.
Yep.
Nice. Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, is there anything else that y'all would like to say or add that I might have not asked?
Not really on my end. Thanks for having us.
Yeah,
and
thanks
chatting
for
with
having
us.
us.
Yeah.
That's a lot
Thanks
of
for
fun.
being here.
Yeah, if you want to keep up with any of our things, you can find us at Violet Moons on Instagram and Facebook, and now we have a website. Please, I worked hard on the website. Look at the website.
She crushed it. It looks cool.
Awesome.
Thanks.
Yeah, thank y'all for being here.
Thank you.